I'm coming to you from my home office today. It's Sunday, and as I'm prepping for the new week, I like to think back to the past week and think about the things that went really well, and the conversations we had, and things that come up. And one of the things that came up several times last week and really continues to come up, has been coming up for months and continues to come up, is the cost of construction right now. And I got to tell you, it's high. It is very, very high right now. A project that we could complete for, let's say, $100,000 before COVID, that exact same project right now will cost us $160,000 to $180,000 to complete. And that's not because we have raised our profit margins and we're trying to rake it in. In fact, our profit margins have pretty much stayed the same, and in some cases we've lost a little ground because everything has just gone up so much. And so I just wanted to share with you a couple of things that we've gone through personally over the past year, and what to kind of expect when it comes to thinking about building a new home or doing a remodel update. Even a small remodel probably costs a lot more than you expect it to cost. And I wish it didn't, but it's just kind of where we are in 2026. So just a few weeks ago, we finished a small bathroom remodel for my dad. I wanted to give it to him as a Christmas gift. He's been a great supporter of ours. He helped us with the business early on, and I wanted to pay him back a little bit for his kindness and generosity by doing his bathroom for him. Here in this part of the Ozarks, this was originally, in Mountain Home, was originally a retirement community. Lots of 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath homes were built here in the late 70s through early 90s. A lot of these have these very small bathrooms. They're about 6.5 feet wide by about 6 feet deep, so maybe 7 feet. So you have a shower, which is usually 32 to 36 inches square. I call that a coffin shower, with a very low ceiling on it, no light in there. Right on the other side of that shower will be a vanity. And then right across the vanity will be the toilet, and that's it. That's what's in the room. Now, in my parents' home, which was a semi-custom home, believe it or not, that's their master bath. So my dad uses that bathroom, and then there is a hallway bath next to another bedroom that is a big full-size bathroom, and my mom uses that one. So because these bathrooms are aging, we're at 30 to 50 years old for some of these now, they are wearing out. And we see it in almost every house we go in. Whenever it comes time to do remodels and updates, we always see these kind of bathrooms. We always see these coffin showers, and 90% of the time they are showing the same challenges that my dad's shower showed. And that is, there's been water leakage over time, there is rot, and we know whenever we pull those showers out, we're going to have lots of framing and things like that to fix on the other side. This was true in my dad's shower's case. The floorboards had been rotted out. We had rotten joists. It was up against an exterior wall, and the 2x4 studs, unfortunately 2x4 framing is also very common here for exterior walls. We don't build them that way. We build everything 2x6, but back in the day, a lot, well, and even still today, to cut corners, a lot of folks will do 2x4 exterior walls. So several of those studs were rotten all the way through, and that had to be repaired. And then, as is very common in older homes, we see issues with plumbing. The actual pipes need to be replaced, pipes and fittings and valves and things like that. So we pulled that whole shower out. Like I said earlier, those showers tend to have very low ceilings, and so we wanted to raise the overall ceiling height in the bathroom was 8 feet. I wanted to take that shower all the way up to 8 feet, and I wanted to put a light inside of it. They often don't have any lighting, so they're really dark. That's why I call them a coffin shower. On the other side of that wall was the vanity, standard 42-inch vanity, again, 40 years old, just worn out. A large mirror with a light above the mirror, the toilet, tile floor in the bathroom, and that's it. So we replaced the vanity with a very nice vanity, And because it was only 42 inches, I found a beautiful piece of remnant quartz to do the top. And we had to, of course, replace the faucets at the vanity and inside the shower. And my dad wanted to go back with another tile shower, which I loved. I helped him pick all the finishes out. Everything was a high quality finish. I do not recommend on a home that you're going to live in that you use discount finishes. We do not buy our finishes from Amazon or Home Depot or Wayfair. That's not where we get finishes. May occasionally get some decor items there, a mirror or something like that. But our finishes, we are always buying first quality, not seconds, and the best quality that our clients can afford. So very nice tile from MSI, very nice vanity, and got all of that stuff installed. Had to do a custom shower door because the door opening is an odd size. Had the electrician come in and put that new light in. Had the plumbing fixed and had the whole room painted. And by the time we were all done, my cost, now keep in mind, I didn't make a dime. This is just how much it cost me to do this bathroom for my dad, was $11,000. $11,000 for a tiny little bathroom. And so whenever people walk in my showroom and they start asking me about bathrooms like that, and I say, you're looking at spending $13,000 to $15,000, and they look at me like I'm batshit crazy, I get it. I totally get it. And at the same time, you know, I cannot run a construction company for free, right? We have to be able to make money. And so we're very open with our pricing, with the way things work. And when I say a shower like that would cost you $13 to $15, that big discrepancy mostly is based on how much of the bathroom do we have to do. In my dad's case, we didn't replace the toilet. He had a fairly new toilet in there. We did not replace any flooring. The tile was still in good shape. And we didn't replace the vanity light. He liked the vanity light that he had in there. So were we to do that bathroom again, and now we have to do tile on the floor, and we have to replace a toilet, and we have to do a vanity light, now we're up to probably $13,500, close to $14,000. If somebody wanted a really fancy, nice, high-end vanity, a lighted mirror, all the bells and whistles, we're going to be close to $15,000. And I realize how shocking that is to people, but that is just the reality of what it costs to build in 2026. So full disclosure, what we're trying to do as a construction company is we are trying to net a profit of 10%. Whenever it's all said and done, all the bills are paid, all the materials are bought, all the subs are paid, all of our employees are paid, all of our overhead expenses are paid, our insurance is paid. We hope to net 10%. And so we mark projects up with the goal of netting 10%. So that carries on through everything we do. Even if we're going to build a custom home for somebody, we're always shooting for the same amount of net profit. Things are just expensive. So I can't even tell you the amount of times I have somebody come to me with a plan to build a new home. And most, I would say 90% of the folks we deal with are, their house plans are based on a lot out in the country that is going to need sewer, which is usually a septic system, and water, which is usually a well, and oftentimes does not have the land cleared yet and doesn't even have a road coming in. So just those infrastructure items, okay, just to put in your well and septic, you're at $20,000 to $30,000. If we need to cut a road in and we have a long way to go, that can be another $5,000 to $10,000. If we have to get electrical on site, that electric hookup is going to be $5,000 to $7,000 to get all of that in place. So you've already spent a good portion of money before we have even started your foundation work. So our general, and it's very, very hard to do this, okay, because every home is unique. People always say, can you give me a price per square foot? I can throw a number at you, but it is not going to be an accurate number. To give you an accurate number, we have to have a full set of working plans, and we have to sit down and we have to figure out exactly how much it's going to cost to build that plan. How many screws are we going to need? How many nails are we going to need? How much construction adhesive? What's the lumber package look like? How much do the doors cost? How much do the windows cost? How much does the lighting cost? What kind of finishes do you want? How much is the flooring? How much is the tile? How much are your fixtures? All the way down to door hinges and doorknobs. We have to be able to calculate every cost to give you a realistic number on how much it's going to cost to build your home. Now, a lot of people will come in and they will throw a number at you and they'll say, we can do it for $160 a foot. And they probably will get you in the dry for $160 a foot. And then you're going to say, well, I want this flooring. And they're going to say, oh, sorry, that wasn't in the budget. And you're going to say, well, I want this tile. And they're going to say, oh, that wasn't included. And by the time you add on all of the extras that they did not have included in that bid, because they didn't sit down and do a complete bid for you, they threw an estimate at you, you're going to end up probably pretty close to what we told you to begin with. So what's the reality? The reality is, for a custom home, you are looking at $225 minimum a foot and up. And that seems insane, especially in an area of the country where 10 years ago, you could build that same house for half of that. And I hate to tell you this, but it's not looking like it's going to get any better. So my advice is, try and keep these things in mind. First of all, if you're looking to remodel, kitchens and baths are going to return 65 to 85%. So if you spend $100,000 on your kitchen and you go to sell your house, there's a very good chance you're going to get close to $85,000 more than you would have before you did that kitchen. Okay. Same with bathrooms. You're going to get a very nice return. Kitchens and baths sell homes. Those are your money makers. Don't skimp there. Don't cut corners on your kitchens and your baths. When it comes to building, you should build the home that you truly want to live in. And maybe you don't need 2,000 square feet. Maybe you just think 2,000 square feet sounds nice. But when it really comes down to it, you can get by with 1,500 square feet or 1,250. And part of that is making sure that you have the right design. I see people all the time bring me designs that they fell in love with. They saw pictures on the internet or on Pinterest, or they saw it on Instagram or something like that. And they're like, oh, I just fell in love with this house. And almost always they are houses that would be very, very, very expensive to build. Custom millwork, lots of outside, columns and posts and porticos and things like that. Whereas if they would have come and said, hey, because we're a design build firm, hey, can you help us design a house that will function well for us, that we can be in long term, that we will age in place in, that we can have family back to and will be comfortable, we can help design something that totally, truly fits those needs without all the extra wasted space and bells and whistles, and we can meet that budget. But it all starts with, everyone having a realistic expectation of what budgets look like in 2026. So that is my share with you for this week. And sorry if I was a little long-winded, but it does come up a lot, and I think it's really important. I think meeting expectations up front is one of the most important things that we do, because it doesn't do anybody any good to string someone along and say, oh yeah, we can do it for you for that price. And then you get into it and there's absolutely no way it can be done for that price. So we always want to avoid that. We want to give you the most bang for your buck. And we always want to be fair and honest with you. So if you are looking to build a home, have an addition put on, do some renovations or remodels, we would love to help you. It's what we do. And please feel free to reach out, and I will chat with you on the next one.